Good morning, students. Today we're going to talk about evaluating your research sources to make sure that the sources that you're using are reliable and credible and believable. Because believe it or not, there are some sources out there and research places out there where people make up information or you don't get the right information that you need. So we want to make sure that you're doing the right research. So, not everything you find in a book, in a research journal, or on the internet is good information, and you need to learn how to decide if something is going to be good and credible information. So, in looking around, I found some good evaluation questions that can be useful in helping to decide whether a website or a book is a good and credible resource for us to use. So, if we look at this first set of questions, it's talking about the author. Who is providing the information in the book? Who is providing the information that's in the book? What do you know about the author and their credentials? Are they from a reputable university? Are they from a reputable company or a government agency, perhaps, that has helped to author this book? Are they an expert in their field? Have you met this person or read something from this person before on the same topic? Can you find out more information and can you contact them? Here's a good idea to search for the author or publisher in a search engine and what other books or what other publications have they written. Have other credible people reference this source, meaning has someone else used this author as a resource on something else? All good questions to ask. The publisher, is there a sponsor or an affiliation? Does this publisher have a bias toward the subject? Have they invested in the subject? If so, they might not be very credible or very reliable. Who is linking to the page? In other words, who's looking at their webpage and using their information? Do they take responsibility for the content of their page? And are credible sites linking to this page? Are other sites connecting to this page and giving out this information so that others can look at this page as well? As far as accuracy, is the date verifiable and accurate for when this information was put online? Is the source comprehensive? When was the source last updated? Is it very current? Is it from before 2000? Does the source have a date? If you can't even find a date for the source, it's probably better not to use it. And then as far as the design, does the source appear professional or does it look like someone who's maybe, I don't know, a young child might have designed the site? Does it seem like current design or are there things that look like they're out of date in the design? All of these are also good questions to ask yourself. Another thing you need to think about is primary sources versus secondary sources. So primary sources are probably better to use because they are going to be factual. They must be factual, not interpretive. So some examples of primary sources are diaries, journals, and letters, works of art, newspaper or magazines from the time period that the event happened or that you're doing research from, photographs, maps, and postcards, and then songs and plays. Secondary sources analyze and interpret primary sources. So these are often secondhand accounts of events or interpretations of sources. So some examples of secondary sources are biographies, book reviews, interpretive newspaper articles, and analysis of scientific experiments. So one thing that we always want to keep in our mind is that we always want to be smart about the information you read and refer to, especially when you're doing a classroom assignment or work for school.